Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Imagine this. You're on set, lights are blazing, the cameras are rolling, and your scene partner is so nervous about kissing you, he forgets to breathe. That's Wang Yibo, the global heartthrob whose kiss scenes are less Hollywood passion and more schoolboy crush. His co-stars say filming with him felt like stepping into someone's first ever love story. Awkward, sweet, and totally unforgettable. It was 2016, and Wang Yibo was still a quiet, almost anonymous newcomer in the entertainment industry. He had been cast opposite Taiwanese actress Chen Qiaoen, a seasoned and respected figure in Chinese television. What should have been a routine romantic scene turned into a quiet storm of nerves, vulnerability, and something far more memorable than anyone expected. It wasn't just a kiss, it was his first on-screen kiss. And it wasn't just a kiss partner. It was a woman nearly 2 decades older, confident, poised, and entirely out of his emotional comfort zone. As the cameras rolled and the director called action, Wang Yibo stood frozen. He hesitated to even place his hand on her shoulder. His nerves were visible. His eyes avoided hers, his breathing shallow, and his posture stiff. The tension wasn't scripted. It was raw and painfully real. In multiple takes, he backed away mid-scene, as if retreating from the intensity of emotions he hadn't rehearsed for. Chen Qiaoen, with years of experience, noticed. She later joked, "He looked like a boy caught holding hands for the first time." Eventually, in what felt more like an act of bravery than acting, Yibo managed to complete the scene. It wasn't smooth. It wasn't cinematic. But it was unforgettable. That moment didn't just mark the filming of a scene. It marked the beginning of a deeper transformation. In that single act of vulnerable performance, Wang Yibo began to shed the quiet boy image and step into the path of emotional maturity. For him, the kiss was more than a scene. It was a mirror reflecting fear, pressure, and the first taste of growth. Wang Yibo's quiet shyness didn't go unnoticed on set. In fact, it became something of a signature during his early acting years. While fans saw the calm, charismatic presence on screen, his co-stars witnessed something entirely different behind the scenes. A young man still learning to feel at home in his own skin, navigating unfamiliar emotional territory with both fear and sincerity. For them, working with Yibo was not just acting alongside a rising star. It was watching someone grow, take risks, and fumble through the vulnerability of becoming. Actress Yao Chen once recounted a moment that would stay with her long after filming ended. During a break, while Yibo was quietly eating lunch alone, she decided to tease him with a playful, spontaneous kiss on the cheek. The reaction was instant. He froze mid-bite, visibly stunned, and within seconds, a flush of red had overtaken his ears, his neck, even his eyes. He was too surprised to laugh, too embarrassed to speak. The crew nearby erupted in laughter, not in mockery, but in affection. They weren't laughing at a mistake. They were witnessing someone genuinely unguarded in a world where walls are usually up. Zhao Liang shared a similarly tender account. During a light-hearted scene, Wang Yibo was tasked with holding a prop, an old-fashioned cooking pot, while standing close to her for an almost romantic exchange. But the closer they stood, the tenser he became. His grip on the prop tightened to the point of almost cracking it. Zhao noticed, and rather than teasing, she gently placed a hand on his shoulder and whispered, "It's okay, just breathe." It wasn't acting advice. It was human reassurance. What stood out to these actresses wasn't just his awkwardness. It was the purity of his reactions. There was no pretense, no calculation. He wasn't hiding behind performance. In a way, Wang Yibo's discomfort was a window into something rare in the entertainment industry: sincerity. While many train themselves to fake intimacy or sell chemistry for the camera, Yibo's hesitation came from a place of respect, caution, and emotional honesty. He didn't want to get it wrong. Not technically, but emotionally. What's more, his nervousness didn't come from lack of talent, but from a deep desire to honor the scene, his co-star, and the story. And that kind of carefulness, while perhaps unusual in an industry of polished performers, is what made him endearing to his colleagues. They weren't complaining, not really. They were recalling the kind of shyness that felt human, that reminded them of a time when they, too, were new and uncertain. Wang Yibo's early reputation for being too shy became a quiet badge of honor. In an environment that often celebrates boldness and speed, his gentle approach to emotional work stood out. It revealed a kind of internal integrity, one that takes longer to build, but lasts longer in the hearts of those who watch it unfold. In the dazzling world of show business, where perfection is rehearsed and every gesture calculated, Wang Yibo's early struggles with on-screen intimacy might seem like a minor footnote. But in truth, they reveal something profoundly important, not just about him as an artist, but about what it truly means to grow up in the spotlight. His quiet hesitations, his visible discomfort, his retreat behind silence when the cameras stopped rolling. These weren't signs of weakness. They were markers of a young man still learning how to carry the weight of public attention while holding on to something far more fragile: authenticity. For Wang Yibo, the process of filming those early romantic scenes wasn't just technical. It wasn't about hitting marks or getting the lighting right. It was emotional labor. He was navigating spaces most people only explore in private, moments of vulnerability, awkward affection, uncertain boundaries, but doing so under the unblinking eye of the camera and in front of entire production teams. It wasn't just that he was shy. It was that he felt deeply, and perhaps hadn't yet learned how to filter those feelings into performance. That depth of feeling is what set him apart. Even as he trembled through scenes, even when he forgot his lines or looked away instead of meeting his co-star's eyes, there was a raw sincerity in him that no acting class could manufacture. His growth didn't happen in dramatic leaps. It was slow, sometimes painful, often invisible. But it was real. Each scene pushed him a little further toward understanding not just the craft of acting, but himself. Audiences often fall in love with the finished product. Polished, confident, charismatic. But behind every star is a journey, and in Yibo's case, it is a journey of emotional refinement, of learning when to be soft and when to hold steady. He didn't arrive on screen fully formed. He unfolded there piece by piece in front of millions. And that unfolding, awkward, endearing, imperfect, was perhaps the most honest performance of all. What matters isn't just that he eventually grew comfortable. What matters is how he got there. Through discomfort, through humility, through the quiet courage it takes to try again after a scene goes wrong, through the grace to let others see his doubt. That kind of vulnerability is rare in a world that prizes control, and it's what makes his evolution so compelling. Wang Yibo didn't just become a better actor. He became a more grounded, emotionally articulate human being in the process. In watching him navigate his early struggles, audiences were gifted with more than entertainment. They were reminded that behind every polished icon is a person in progress. And sometimes, the journey to shine is what makes the light feel real. Wang Yibo's story isn't just about becoming famous. It's about becoming whole. In an era where actors are trained to fake it till they make it, Wang Yibo's vulnerability stood out as rare and beautiful. He didn't try to be perfect. He allowed himself to be awkward, and in doing so, became someone millions could relate to. That's why fans from the US to Korea, France to Indonesia, adore him not just for his roles but for his realness. His co-stars didn't complain to shame him. They shared these stories because they saw something pure, a boy growing into a man, one take at a time. Behind the scenes, Yibo developed small habits to calm himself. Eating pizza even when he didn't like the toppings just to ground himself. Practicing lines alone in the mirror while mimicking confidence. Listening to slow ballads with headphones in between emotional scenes to reset. These quiet rituals aren't usually revealed in interviews, but they show a side of him that audiences rarely see. The performer who battles nerves with grace and transforms anxiety into art. Whether you're 18 or 75, whether you're from Tokyo or Toronto, we've all felt that heart-racing moment of first-time love. Of not knowing what to do with your hands. Of trying so hard to look composed while your heart is going wild. Wang Yibo's journey reminds us, you don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to be honest. If the story made you smile, if it reminded you of your own first love, or if you simply admire stars who stay true to their hearts. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming, behind-the-scenes stories from the world of Asian entertainment. Speech balloon. Drop a comment. What was your most awkward love moment? Thumbs up like this video if you think being real is more attractive than being perfect. Movie camera. Thanks for watching. And until next time, stay inspired, stay human.